Okay. Um, well, we are almost done with preparation on the field. We'll have one more practice today, and obviously looking forward to going up to Pullman tomorrow and playing in the game on Saturday. As you continue to watch these guys, certainly have seen a lot of good football that they played those first couple weeks, and I know probably Coach Rogers was awfully frustrated with just the turnovers in the last week, which made the game kind of get away from them. But you could see the way they play, the quality of play they have, the amount of guys that have been in that system from South Dakota State, the amount of transfers they have. I think they have 16, 75 new players on their roster, only 3 returning starters from last year. So definitely a different team than we played a year ago. Still trying to figure out who the quarterback is going to be over there. I know that they have 3 guys that are in a competition. They made the decision on who they're going to go with. They just have not announced that yet, which, we'll have to prepare for 2 different styles of play, which we have been doing. But we've also really been focusing on how we can play and can we continue to improve every week? Can we continue to get better? Are we in a position that we can, on offense, improve on different areas? Defensively, can we make sure that we do a great job of taking the ball away? Can we be disciplined in this game and obviously not let any emotion or the fans affect the outcome? So with that, we are looking forward to the challenge, get the Apple Cup back here in Seattle, and that is our plan.
Jedd, you talked about the 3-headed monster quarterback. From a practical experience, from NFL or college, have you ever seen a tactic like that that's actually paid benefits for a team?
I don't think it's what anybody would choose. I don't think they're choosing it. I think that they're just currently in that situation that they're trying to figure out in year one who their quarterback's going to be. And I think they made a decision in the preseason, and they probably felt pretty good about it going into the year. They had those 2 games where they came out on top. They played in that second game against San Diego State and put up 38 points. And then just the third game didn't go the way they planned. And with that, they started trying the other guys. I think, that's just something that they're working through. I'm sure they want to decide on who their quarterback's going to be. But listening to Coach Rogers talk, as he mentioned, that competition is something that they're going to always look at. And they allowed it to probably yesterday and the day before his practice and then determine who he's going to go with.
Your defense has been pretty good at forcing 3rd and long so far this season. How do you think that can translate into creating turnovers this weekend?
Yeah, well, I think we've had 10 3-and-outs out of 19 drives. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they've had 3rd and longs, like you mentioned. Getting off the field on the 3rd down, on a 3-and-out, or taking the ball away, I'll sign me up for either of those. It's the longer drives. It's the conversions on 3rd down. It's we got them off the field the other week, and then we had a late hit on the quarterback that gave him a 15-yard penalty, which turned into points. We had a defensive holding on a 3rd down, which turned into points. So what we're going to try to do is avoid those type plays, and hopefully we've had 1 interception in each game. Mikel had the first one, and then Takario had the one this past, or 2 weeks ago, but this past game. So, our goal is to try to see if we can force some fumbles, see if we can attack the ball, see if we can catch a ball in the air that's thrown to us. And if that happens, I think you can, get some momentum in the takeaway game.
Jedd, is there anything about this game that there's no way you could have known until you coached in it and went through it last year that you know now that you did not know a year ago?
I just think that it's a really, really important game to the state of Washington, to the fan base, to the players that have played here in the past. It's a historical game that has gone on for over 100 years, of over 100 games. The fact that it's been so, they've been used to it so much at the end of the season. And now that it's earlier in the season, to be able to get your team ready to go in this type of rivalry by week 3, next year by week 1, you've got great challenges there to get the focus right. But I think the bottom line is in these type games, there are these rivalries across the country in college football. And these are the ones that you have to make sure you play at your best. And you can't leave things up to chance in rivalry games. Those are the games that records are thrown out the door. Talent is thrown out the door. Facilities are thrown out the door. And it comes down to who wants it more, who wants to play at the highest level on that given day. And it really doesn't matter what happened the week before, the week after. This game is certainly an important one for everybody.
Jedd, you mentioned the history of the in-state rivalry. Last year, you talked Monday on how you brought in Michael Jackson, you brought in Lawyer Malloy. You bring in anybody this week to talk to the team?
No, we did not. We chose, we had enough material to talk to the team from last year that we didn't have to talk to them. We didn't have to bring anyone else in. We felt it last year. We felt the pain, the heartache at the end of that game. Last year, there was very few coaches that were ever a part of the game. This year, almost all of our coaches were a part of the game. And we felt it. We had players in our locker room. Damond and I were talking about it this afternoon, or just at 12 o'clock. We were talking about what that felt like in the locker room when the game ended. So I think that these kids are able to speak on it now differently. That we've gone through it as a collective unit, that we didn't feel that this year we needed to bring in others. We understand how important it is, and we understand also the level of play that we're going to have to play at to get the win.
Where do you see this rivalry going in the future, especially with the shifting landscape of college football?
Yeah, that's one that I don't know. The college football rivalries are what, really what we've all been accustomed to forever. And we're focusing in on this game. We understand that college football is changing constantly. Decisions are being made by conference commissioners and television networks on who you can play and who you can't play. But our focus is we've got right now the Apple Cup ahead of us on Saturday. They have the trophy. We don't. And that's our focus.
Jedd, personally, now that you've had a year to kind of be in the middle of it, do you want to see the series continue?
Yeah, I think anytime you could have games where rivalries are being played, you want them to continue. I can't imagine any head coach or any team that doesn't want to continue to play their rivals. And I don't take for granted the passion of our fan base. I don't take for granted the passion of our team. To miss out on this opportunity would be devastating. And we know that, and that's why we're focusing in on this year's game, understanding there's certain things that are beyond our control. But what we are in control of is trying to go out there and do the very best we can this year and the years to come, that we have this rivalry ready to go, and then we have to wait and see what happens in the future.
Washington State, they've struggled to run the ball efficiently this season. What would you like to see out of your defensive front and defense as a whole to kind of continue to make them one-dimensional?
Yeah, we have to continue to do what the other teams have done against them. I think they're averaging about 70 yards a game rushing. And we want to try to do the best we can to continue that. We need to play well in rush defense. I think we had a first half against Colorado State. We struggled a little bit against the run. It got better in the second half. It got better last week. I think we kept our opponent to under 100 yards against UC Davis. We want to be able to go out there and continue to do that and continue to play at a very high level against the run. We have a really good front, in my opinion. We've got Deshaun Lynch back. We've got Buddha ready to go. We've got Jacob Manu might be ready to go. We'll have to wait and see on that. But we've got a lot of good players that are capable of going out and playing. And we're excited to see what that looks like. And we're going to do everything we can to do a great job stopping the run.
How's Sicario doing?
He's doing okay. We're going to probably have to wait and see on him. But, if it's not him, Leroy's ready to go. Rashawn's ready to go. Dylan Robinson's ready to go. And we'll be okay.
Will he travel?
Yes.
Is Omari still progressing to play this week?
Yep, Omari will be playing this week.
Anything else? Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you.